Next game, Tigers, Rangers, 305 Texas. The Rangers are minus 180, totals 11. Pretty good two-way action on the money line. No movement there as of yet. We did have a little bit of movement downward on the total. Once again, the Rangers open and remain minus 180. Total open 11.5 down to 11 flat. 66% are leaning Rangers, 55% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Tigers are plus 160 on the money line. The Rangers plus $1 on the run line. We have Jordan Zimmerman for the Tigers, Pedro Payano for the Rangers. Now, if you take a look at Jordan Zimmerman, finally got his first win of the year, but he is just 1-8 on the season, 7.23 ERA, and a 1.64 WHIP. Detroit has the worst record in Major League Baseball. They're just 32-74 overall for the year. Winners in just 32 out of 106 ball games. That's going to put them at 42 games under 500. They've also won just 19 out of 57 when traveling. Now the Rangers on the other side, they are third in home scoring, ninth in home hits, 34-22 at Globe Life Park this year. Now when it comes to the total, Detroit 5-1 to the under in their last 6. Give me the Rangers minus 180 and the under 11 runs in that game. Next matchup, Giants, Rockies, 310 Colorado. The Rockies are minus 130, totals 13.5 runs. We did see a nickel move toward Colorado and movement downward on the total. The Rockies open $1.25 up to minus 130. Total open 14 down to 13.5. 52% are leaning Colorado, 58% shaded toward the under. Right now the Giants are plus 120 on the money line. The Rockies plus $1.35 on the run line. We have Tyler Beede for the Giants, Kyle Freeland for the Rockies. Freeland's just 2-9 with a 7.48 ERA and a 1.64 WHIP. Tyler Beede on the other side for the Giants, 66 strikeouts in just 70 innings. The Giants are 2.5 games back for that second wildcard spot in the NL. They're also 13-5 in their last 18 when traveling. The Giants are 9th in walks allowed on average per game, 8th in road scoring. They're also 6th in offensive strikeouts on the road, which means when they're traveling, they're making contact. You just can't get them out through strikeouts. One more thing to add about the Giants, they are 36-22 against the spread on the road. And of course, when I refer to the spread in Major League Baseball, I'm referring to the run line. So once again, the Giants 36-22 against the spread when traveling. Now the Rockies on the other side, last in the NL West, 21 games back in the division. They're 9 games under 500 right now overall for the year. They're 51-60 overall for the year. They've also won just 5 out of their last 19 ball games. And when it comes to the total, the Rockies are 6-1 to the under in their last 7, 4-1 to the under in their last 5 at home. I'm going to lean Giants plus 1.5 and the under 13.5 runs in that game. Next matchup, Cardinals, A's, 407 Oakland. The A's are minus 135, totals at 9. We saw a nickel move toward Oakland and movement downward on the total. The A's open $1.30 up to 135, total open 9.5 down to 9 flat. 54% are leaning Oakland, 52% shaded toward the under. Right now the Cards are plus 125 on the money line. The A's plus 145 on the run line. We have Adam Wainwright for the Cards, Tanner Roark for the A's. Roark's coming into this game with 108 strikeouts in 110 innings pitched. Wainwright on the other side for St. Louis, just 7-7 on the year, 4.47 ERA, and a 1.40 WHIP. Oakland is a half a game back for that second wildcard spot in the American League. They're also 15 games over 500 at 63-48 overall for the year. The A's are also 8th in runs allowed. Now, Oakland has won 5 out of their last 6 at home. They're also 36-23 overall in Oakland. They rank 7th in runs allowed at home. Now, the Cardinals on the other side, losers in their last 5 straight head-to-head matchups with the A's. They also won just 27 out of 55 when traveling. The Cards are 21-22 as the dog. They rank 21st in scoring, 25th in hits, 25th in walks allowed on the road. Now, total-wise, the A's are 6-1 to the over in their last 7 at home, taking on the Cards. Give me the Oakland A's minus 135 and the over 9 runs in that game. Next matchup, Padres, Dodgers, 410 Los Angeles. The Dodgers are minus 150, totals 8.5. 63% are leaning Padres, 56% shaded toward the over. Right now, San Diego's plus 140 on the money line. The Dodgers plus 140 on the run line. We have Chris Paddock for the Pods, Kenta Maeda for the Dodgers. Maeda comes into this game with a 1.10 whip. He also has 118 strikeouts in just 112 innings. The Dodgers have the best record in baseball. They're 73-40 overall for the year, 33 games over 500. They're also 16 games ahead of San Francisco in the division. Now the Dodgers are 42-15 at home, fourth in scoring. Meanwhile, the Padres are 20.5 games back of these very Dodgers in the division. They've won just 26 out of 55 away from home. They've also won just 6 out of their last 20 ball games. The Padres are 27th in striking out on the road, 27th in runs allowed on the road as well. When it comes to scoring, the Dodgers are 31-24 to the over, taking on teams between 460 and 540. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean Dodgers minus 150 and the over 8.5 runs in that game. Next matchup, Nationals, Diamondbacks, 410 Arizona. The Nats are minus 155, totals at 9. We saw a 10-cent move toward Washington in the early wagering. No movement on the total as of yet. The Nats open a $1.45 up to 155. Total open and remains at 9 flat. 82% are leaning Nationals, 79% shaded toward the under. Right now, the D-backs are plus 145 on the money line. The Nats are plus $1 on the run line. We have Patrick Corbin for the Nats, Taylor Clark for the D-backs. Clark comes into this game with a 5.53 ERA and a 1.47 whip. Corbin on the other side, 9-5 on the year, 3.23 ERA, 1.14 whip. He also has 159 strikeouts for the Nationals. Now, Washington's 5th in runs allowed on the road on average per game, 2nd in hits allowed in that same category. The Nats are also 4th in striking batters out away from home. Washington's 31-23 against the spread when traveling. They're also tied with Philadelphia for that second wildcard spot in the National League. The Diamondbacks on the other side, winners in just 24 out of 51 at Chase Field. They've also won just 3 out of their last dozen, taking on a National League opponent. They rank 22nd in home scoring, 21st in home hits. When it comes to the total, Washington is 13-7 to the under in their last 20, 31-23 to the under when traveling. I'm going to lean Washington Nationals minus 155 in the under 9 runs in that game. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Red Sox-Yankees, 7:08 New York. The Yankees are minus 110, totals 10.5. Now, we did see some pretty significant movement in the early wagering here. We actually saw a 15-cent fade of the Yankees in the early betting. We also saw movement upward on the total. The Yanks open $1.25 all the way down to minus 110. Total open 10 up to 10.5. Now, 72% of the consensus is leaning toward Boston. 78% is shaded toward the over. Right now, the Red Sox are minus 102 on the money line. The Yankees plus $1.70 on the run line. We have David Price for the Red Sox, Jay Happ for the Yankees. Happ comes into this game with an 8-6 record. He also has 89 strikeouts and 109 innings pitched. David Price on the other side, 1.25 whip. The Yankees are first in the AL East, 71-39 overall for the year, 32 games over 500. 32 games over 500, excuse me. They are 13.5 games ahead of Boston in the division. Now, the Yankees are 2nd in scoring on average per game, 6th in hits, 4th in offensive walks. They're also very good at home this year, 42-18 at Yankee Stadium. They're also 9-2 in their last 11 in the Bronx. Now, Boston on the other side, ice cold right now, 7-game losing streak, 0-7 in their last 7. They also dropped 4 out of their last 5 on the road, and they are 5.5 games back for that second wildcard spot in the American League. They are 22nd in runs allowed. Now, total-wise, the Yankees are 36-24 to the under at home. Give me the Yankees minus 110 and the under 10.5 runs in that game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget that we went 3-0 in our Patreon plays yesterday. A perfect 3-0 puts us at 8-2 in our last 10, 23-10 in our last 33 Patreon picks on that website. We're also 7-2 in our last 9 daily best plays, 6-2 in our last 8 underdog plays, and 21-10 in our last 31 daily double plays. So check me out, patreon.com/rockpage. All those winners and those winning picks are located in the description section below. You just got to click one hyperlink, sign up, and get the job done there. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for watching this free content, this free programming right here on YouTube. I certainly enjoyed producing it for you. I hope you enjoyed all this free content, all this free information. I do it as much as I can. I try to do it every single day. But thanks for tuning in today. And don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/rockpage.